I know the light is kind of glaring off my glass. I should have got them glasses that no glare, but I was being cheap. But anyway, hey y'all, welcome back. It's Michelle. Thank you for joining me today. So this, it's not a story time, but I guess it will be a story time. This video is going to be all about my birth control choice experience with the birth control of my choice. So if you're interested, or if you're thinking about getting on birth control, or if you have any questions, just keep watching. One thing I will say is that I am not a doctor, nor am I an OBGYN, nor am I your mama, nor am I your daddy, nor am I none of that, like, period. This is just my experience and how I went about everything and what happened with me. So if you're interested in hearing my story, keep watching.
Got your head in a cloud, so delusional. In an ocean of all this emotional. Rest be sure, I'll be looking for something
Okay, so basically, me and my boyfriend started dating in September of 2016. I'm gonna be very transparent. So in the beginning, we were using condoms. Around October, we both were like, this condom wave ain't for us, being honest. So we decided, made a decision to look into birth controls. So with me, I know, one, I do not like taking pills. Number two, I do not want to take a pill. And number three, I'm not good at the timing of pills. So I knew the pill was out of the question. So that's one birth control that I just canceled out. Two, the IUD, I just canceled that out as well because I'm not sticking no metal up my coochie. You know, that's just, I don't want it to stay in there. Like, why would I want something 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 in my vagina all the time? So that was a no. That's two options that was out. I looked into the patch and I looked into the implant. So the one I basically decided on was the Nexplanon. Nexplanon is an implant. It goes in your non-dominant arm. So I am left-handed, so when in my right arm, it lasts for 3 years, and you do have the option to get it taken out or removed anytime between that 3 years. It's just up to you and how you feel. So I did have this birth control for the whole 3 years, and my experience was very interesting. So this was my very first birth control. So I didn't know what to look at or expect, I should say. So starting from the beginning, when I got it in November, I got the implant. I had a period for 2 months. Like some days it would be really heavy, and then some days it would be really light, but it was consistently in like 2 months. So by January, February-ish, everything just stopped. Like my period didn't come on for like, I would say 3 to 6 months. Like I didn't have a period. And when I did get a period after that time frame, it would only last a few days. It was very light, nothing major. On rare occasions, it would be very heavy, and cramps that would be very extreme, but nothing that I couldn't handle, you know? The one thing I did not like with this birth control was that I had extreme mood swings. I think that was two things that were my biggest side effects, was that I had very, very bad mood swings, and I gained a lot of weight from it. So hitting on the mood swings, like I knew it was gonna be a problem because like the week after I got the implant put in, like it's not funny, but it's kind of embarrassing because, like, you know, you see those movies or commercials where like the woman goes in the corner with her little blanket, and she's curled up with a blanket over her head, crying, rocking, and everything. Well, that was me. I don't know why I was crying. I don't know why I was so upset. But that's when I knew, like, oh, this is gonna give me a run for my money type thing. And with my emotions just being everywhere every day, like I didn't know where my emotions were gonna go each day. It kind of affected some relationships I had. It affected me as an individual because I couldn't function how I wanted to function every day, because I really wasn't in control of my emotions at that point. And thank God for my boyfriend. He just handled everything very well. But that was a choice we made. So mood swings were off the freaking charts. Like, it made me crazy, point blank period. I was already a little bit crazy before, but like this was on the verge of like lunatic or crazy. I just had really bad like mood swings. My second worst side effect was weight gain. I didn't have any weight gain in the first 2 years. If I did, it would be off and on like 5 or 10 pounds, and I would lose it and gain it, lose and gain it, stuff like that. But my last year on it, I gained a total of 50 pounds in 1 year. Yes. So I think I was just being like, so many hormones were being pumped out of the implant to keep up with the weight that I was gaining. So I had an increased appetite and I wasn't eating well. So that all just hit me very hard, and I gained 50 pounds, which I am still at this point trying to get back under control. But yeah, so the next few clips you're gonna see is the day of my removal, or days I should say, because it was very different. So you're gonna see the clips of my day laid out like in a vlog. Good morning, what's up everybody? I'm just gonna do a little vlog for you guys. This will be my first one. Today I get my birth control implant taken out. I've been stressing about it. I've been tripping. I had bad anxiety yesterday. It's just a little nerve-wracking. So come along with me as I venture to the damn OBGYN. And yeah, let's this one just like, boy, if you don't get your stupid ass. Alright, that's alright. That look a little better. Alright, so let's go. Alright, so as you've seen, I had 2 doctor's appointments. The first one was with my regular OBGYN. I went in, everything was fine. She was ready to do the surgery and remove the implant out of my arm. When I got in there, I didn't feel uneasy, but I just didn't feel like it was gonna be a successful day. To start, like when she put the numbing agent on my arm, she was trying to locate the implant and she could not find it. And that should have been my first sign, like, like this is not about to go the way I think it should go. So she couldn't find it. She asked me if I knew where it was, and I located it for her. When I, like, she was, okay, so this is my arm. She was just pressing on the surface like this to try to feel it. But when I showed her like where it's at and how she needed to look for, it was like she had to dig, and then it was like right there, like under all the fat that, so basically what happened was fat grew around the implant, and it kind of buried it in my arm. So she started the procedure and she started cutting, cutting. And I'm not scared of blood. I'm not scared of needles or nothing like that. So I was watching her do it. And she kept cutting and cutting. And like every time she would go to feel where the implant is, like she would have this look of like concern. And I was like, okay. And when she looked at her nurse, that's when I was like, hold on. Well, like, what are y'all communicating in your brains while looking at each other? So basically, she stopped like 5 to 7 minutes later after digging in my arm with a scalpel. She stopped, patted out some blood, and she was like, unfortunately, I'm sorry to let you know, but I'm not going to be able to remove this. Like, it's too deep in your arm. I won't be able to get it out. So I go in panic mode. I'm kind of frustrated, and you can't get plastic out of my freaking arm. Like, that's what I'm getting upset about, because I'm just like, plastic is just gonna deteriorate in my body, and I don't need expired plastic in my body. Like, so she scheduled me an appointment. Basically I had to get an appointment scheduled with an actual surgeon of the company that my OBGYN is under. So the next day I went to the surgeon, and now you're gonna see clips of me at the surgeon's office. Do it. What I need? I'm gonna need oxygen. And yes, I did bring my mama because I needed some support. And I think that day, I think my car was in the shop, so she had to take me. My boyfriend was at work, so she had to take me. But she wanted to know, like, what is going on with my child. Like, she has an open cut in her arm, and like you're telling me like you can't get something out that was put in. So, I get in the office with the surgeon. He's very nice. He's very like, this is how it is. This is what it's gonna be. Like, you don't need to worry though. Like, we're gonna take care of you. So, mind you, it's me and my mom in there, and then he's in there. His nurse is in there. Another nurse is in there. A student teacher is in there. Like, she's learning. Like, she's surveilling. And then my doctor, and then her nurse. So that's 7 people. Hold on. Oh no, that's 8 people in one room trying to watch this procedure, because my arm, like, they never seen it this bad. Like, it was that bad. So the guy, he knows my arm, but like, he's in a rush. Like, I already know he's in a rush. Like, I think he was, and I told my mom, I was like, while he was cutting me, I felt his arm shaking, which did not make me feel good. So like, the whole time he was cutting, I felt his, like, I felt like, and my mom was like, Michelle, this is all in your brain. I'm like, no, I know what I felt. But he was cutting. I didn't want to look at this point. Like, I was looking the other way. And the like student intern, she was just holding my leg. She was like, it's gonna be okay. I'm like, man, I'm not that crazy, but I just want him to get his emotions under control at this point. So he gets to cutting, but the whole kill is he cuts the first like slice, and my arm's not numb, and I feel the first cut, and it's like, okay, so, and you know, the day before I just had an open wound, so it was kind of that like fresh sealing on like a cut. So he cut into that and deeper. Oh, I was like, ha ha ha. He was like, oh, you feel that? I was like, yeah. So he shot some more numbing, whatever, in my arm, and he went on about the surgery. So at the end, he finally got it out, and that was over. He let me know that he did not expect my incision to be as deep and as long as it was, so he was gonna have to put stitches. Had to put 20 stitches in my arm, inside and out, so they were dissolvable stitches. So yeah, that was my experience. One thing I can say is do a lot of research, because after like talking with after he sewed me up and everything, and talking with him and my doctor, they realized that my birth control was actually put in incorrectly. So I'm gonna use my remote as a my Roku remote as a demonstration. So this is the arm. My implant was put in like going across my arm like that, and honestly it was supposed to be put under my arm. So that was the first issue, because when you put it, they specifically designed it to where you put it under here. If you have fat that grows, this still is at the bottom, but if you put it right here, fat tends to grow around it like that. So that's where I was screwed. So do your research of who's gonna do the what kind of birth control you're gonna choose, who's gonna do it, and make sure you know the back history of how it should be done and stuff like that. I do not recommend this birth control. That's just my personal opinion. It puts you through too much stress. It puts you through a lot of emotions that you don't really need. And after this experience, I feel like birth control is very unnatural and it's not good for your body. It just does things to your body that aren't needed, and it can put you in predicaments that you don't need to be put in. So if you're going to be on birth control, please do your research. That's all I can really say. Please do your research. Excuse me. Do it thoroughly. Make sure that you know all the ins and outs, and understand that your body is not like any other person's body. So your body is going to react totally different to a birth control you choose. So side effects that are listed may not hit you, and even side effects that are not listed may hit you. So you just got to weigh out all your options and pros and cons, and just talk to multiple people. I think another issue that I had was I didn't consult my regular like primary doctor before I did it, because after getting the implant removed and like a month's checkup at my regular doctor, like my primary physician doctor, she was like, why didn't you tell me like that you were even thinking about birth control? Like, why didn't you let me know? And it was just simply because I was up at school and I was just minding my business, and I didn't like going to the doctor. So yeah, that is my experience. Please just take your time and think about it. So thank you for watching. That is my Nexplanon experience, and I thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and please turn on your post notifications so you can get a notification every time I post. And just drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Thank you.